Hi, I'm Sylvia Mayer, an arbitrator, mediator, and attorney located in Houston, Texas, serving as a neutral in cases all around the country. Thank you for clicking on Mayer on mediation and arbitration. Today, I want to talk about mediation preparation and the importance of not just thinking about what you want, but also what you need as you prepare for mediation. As parties prepare for mediation, they always focus, or they always and should focus on what they want. They want X dollars, they want out of the contract, they want an injunction, they want to pay nothing, they want. But it's really important that parties also think about what they need. And there is a big difference between a want and a need. You want what you demanded in your complaint or your petition when you filed the lawsuit. You want everything you asked for, but that may not be what you need. You may need something less than that, or possibly something different than that. What your need is the underlying interest, the underlying reason for the dispute, the problem that actually needs to be solved in order for us to settle the case. To illustrate, let's consider a children's book. Today, I'm going to focus on Rod Campbell's Dear Zoo. Now, in this story, the narrator writes to the zoo and asks that they send a pet. The zoo responds. The zoo sends an elephant. It is too big. Elephant is rejected, sent back. Next, the zoo sends a giraffe. It is too tall. Giraffe is rejected, sent back. This goes on and on and on. 7 different animals are delivered, rejected, sent back. Finally, the zoo sends a puppy. The puppy is perfect. Needs have been met. Now, what's interesting about this story is at no time did the narrator, the person who wrote the letter asking for the animals from the zoo, ever say, this is what I'm interested in. Let me give you some feedback. Let me share what my needs are. I need something that I can keep in my backyard. I need something I can cuddle up with at night. Never once did the narrator share their needs. Never once did the narrator perhaps even explore or consider their own needs. They just made a demand. Do send me a pet. And then they just rejected offer after offer after offer without providing much insight. And the zoo was left to try and extrapolate from the little kernels of information shared so that they could try to figure out what the need was and address that need. I see this in mediations all the time. So one party, I say, give me some information you'd like me to share with the other side. I don't really have any information to share other than what they already know. I want X. Well, we need a little bit more than that. We need to understand a little more about your perspective, about why you feel you're entitled to X, why it is that they should consider X. What is the problem we're trying to solve? And in mediation, we explore all of those things. But sometimes the problem is they didn't actually think about their underlying needs before they get to mediation. And so that makes it hard for them to articulate. So let's talk a little bit about why is it so important to understand your needs before you come to mediation. Well, first of all, most settlements are reached somewhere between each party's wants and each party's needs. And so it helps to understand what each party wants. Party A wants $100,000, party B wants to pay nothing, and what each party needs. Each party wants closure, each party needs a number for the plaintiff, needs at least X. The defendant can only pay up to Y. You find the place between the wants and the needs that work for both parties to get to a resolution. An unspoken need is likely to remain unmet. So this is the second reason why it's important to understand your needs when you go into a mediation. If you can't communicate what your need is, then that need can often become a barrier to resolution because no one knows it. No one knows that that's the thing holding you back from settlement. And perhaps through mediation, we can work through enough back and forth that ultimately we can discern the need, like the zoo did, and provide the puppy. But it is a lot more effective if you can articulate your need, or at least provide signals around your need if you don't want to state it outright. Another reason why it's important to understand your needs before you come to mediation is sometimes in order to figure out the need, you need additional information. You may need documents. You may need somebody with institutional knowledge. You may need things that you can't easily access from the mediation. But you could have gotten that information before you got to mediation. And so you want to take the time when you're preparing for mediation to gather that information, to talk to those people so that you understand the need. And the fourth reason why it's important to understand your needs before you come to mediation is because it opens the door to creativity. Once we understand what the needs are, the interests that are underlying each side's positions, then it allows us to get more creative in finding a solution that addresses all parties' needs so that we can have a path to resolution. So the moral of the story is, unless you want to spend a fruitless day getting delivered 7 different animals that are not anything you want or need in the form of offers that you reject over and over again because they are completely missing the mark, before you come to mediation, think about not just what you want, but also what you need. Thank you for joining me today. Please connect with me on LinkedIn or subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please comment below.